Welcome back, class. So, before we move on to corporations, there are a few things that I'd like to emphasize about LLCs and some additional special business forms. Again, as I previously indicated, there is no liability for the members of a limited liability company, right? And the liability profile of a member of an LLC is similar to the liability profile of a shareholder of a corporation. This means that in general, a member of an LLC is not liable for the business or other obligations of the LLC beyond the extent of their personal capital contribution. All right. However, again, with startup businesses or with early stage businesses, it's very common for a member or a shareholder to actually offer to sign on behalf of a company so that it can achieve additional financing. That is a personal liability. But it is possible to entirely separate one's business liabilities from one's personal assets with the use of an LLC. And this is true even in the case of a single member LLC, right? So it has that advantage over a sole proprietorship. And I should also note that similar to the case of a corporation, the LLC, the corporate veil can be pierced. This means that if there's wrongdoing or malfeasance by a member of an LLC, they can ignore the fact that the LLC or corporation stands between the member and liability and simply pretend as if it doesn't exist and pretend as if those assets are all part of one single pot. By the time I'm done describing the similarities between LLCs and corporations, you'll wonder why we have two different forms. But another similarity, LLCs are fictive persons. They are separate and apart from their owners. In this additional significant way, they can sue and be sued. They can hold property in their own name. They can enter into contracts in their own name. And so that is much more similar to a corporation than to a partnership. Articles of organization have to be filed with the state where you choose to form the LLC. This is similar to the articles of incorporation that have to be filed in the case of a corporation.